Welcome back, guys, to some more NHL 23 Be a Pro with our goaltender, Everett Scott. We are back in episode 2 here, where we will be taking on the Hamilton Bulldogs and then possibly one more game, maybe two more games. I'm not sure how the round-robin tournament works. We are currently undefeated. We have one regulation win, one overtime win. We are the leaders in our division here. And the Hamilton Bulldogs are the worst team in our division, so I would not be surprised if they absolutely demolish us. But in the previous episode, we played the first two games. We played the first game against whatever this team is. We were up 6-0, and I gave up 5 goals before we eventually scored an empty netter to get the win, 7-5. Then we played against... I still don't know how to pronounce when a little southern there. Let's try that again. I do not know how to pronounce this team's name. It's Shawnigan something. But we beat them 3-2 in overtime. We should have beat them in regulation, but towards the end of the third period, they got a lucky bounce to tie it up. But we did manage to take the win in overtime. Now, this is the final game of the round robin. And if I remember right, I think if we win this one, we immediately go to the Memorial Cup final. I think regardless, we might go to the Memorial Cup final since we're undefeated. I don't know how it works. I'm terribly sorry. But regardless, there will at least be 2 games in this episode. We might just finish off the Memorial Cup stuff in this one. So in the next episode, we can play games in the preseason. So before we jump into it, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like button. Let's aim for, at the end of the previous episode, I did a like goal. I should probably do it at the beginning of this one. So let's aim for 4 likes. I think we can do that for episode 2 of NHL 23. Make sure you hit that like button. We're going for 4 likes. 4 likes, we can do it. I know we can. And also subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would greatly appreciate it. We're at 204. The next little milestone would be 250. So I think we can do it. And yeah, I think that does it for all the intro jargon. So without further ado, we are going to jump into the simming here for game 3 of the round robin. I'm doing third periods only just so we can get through the round robin quicker. So first period up 2-0. Second period, still up 2-0. All right, so we got a 2-0 lead going into the third period against the Hamilton Bulldogs. All right. Fresh sheet of ice. We're ready for the third period. And I did tweak the game audio just a little bit. I know I said I would not be doing that until around episode 3, but I decided to just do a little listen through episode 1. I'm immediately recording this after the fact. So I did a little listen through, and I did think the game audio was a little louder. It did sound like you could hear me still relatively easy, so I didn't really think it was all that bad. It might be a little hard to hear me in some parts. I only listened to a couple parts, but I think for the majority of the video, you should be able to hear me pretty well. If you did not know, I have completely redone my recording setup and stuff. So that's why my audio levels are a little bit jank right now. So I'm still tweaking. But I did lower the game audio just a smidge. So hopefully it is a little bit quieter. There we go. Nice cross crease. I'm going to turn down my TV volume so you do not hear an echo. I might have to turn it up a little bit so I can hear what Ray Sobolski, is that what his name is? Ray Sobolski? I don't remember. He talks to us nonstop throughout the year. You'd think I'd remember, but I try to tune him out half the time. But what was I even talking about Ray Sobolski for? I don't know. It's late. It's late. I'm all over the place. I mean, I usually am in my videos. I tend to ramble. You guys know that if you're a longtime viewer of the channel. I tend to ramble. But that's okay. But yeah, I don't know how many episodes I'm going to record back to back. My plan is to have a video go up tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and then have one go up Wednesday, then Thursday, then Friday. Oh, going on another penalty kill. Oh, slashing. Jared Davidson. I feel like he went to the box last episode for slashing. But yeah, I know my normal recording schedule or upload schedule is usually Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays now. But I think just to get NHL up and off the ground quick, we're going to do an episode every day this week. I don't know if I'll be able to stick to that plan. It just really honestly depends on how busy I am at work and if I have to stay late and if anything else comes up after work. But there will never be videos on weekends unless I have the time to do it, just because weekends are usually when I record my videos. So yeah, and also it'll be just a nice break so I can get back into my regular schedule going into next week. But yeah, for this week I will aim to try and get an NHL video up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and Tuesday. I don't know why I skipped out on Tuesday. That was a nice goal. Nice goal. Got to give it to him. Thankfully, we got that extra goal. So we do have a 2-goal cushion here. Yeah, I'm hoping that we can end the Memorial Cup tournament in today's episode. Just so that way in episode 3 we can start playing in the preseason. I really hope everybody doesn't get drafted to the same team. Otherwise, I might just restart the series and just pick a different team. Just because I hate it when everybody plays on the same team. But since I am a goalie, I highly doubt I'll get drafted first overall. It is very unlikely that I will. So I might be a little bit better off than people who are doing skater careers. Because last year, everybody who did a skater career got drafted to the Kraken. And it was just... that's why G20 eventually went to the Ducks. Because he was just like, I got to make it somewhat different. I don't want everybody to be watching the Seattle Kraken, you know. Oh, nice save. I didn't know if I was going to make that. But yeah, after game 1, I did bump down the difficulty to pro. We did start on All-Star, and we did start off on 6 minutes, but I bumped it down to 4 minutes and to pro difficulty, and I feel like I'm playing a little bit better for my overall right now. Obviously, if it starts to feel a little bit easier, we will bump it up. I don't think I'll ever put it on Superstar difficulty, though, just because if it's anything like previous years, Superstar difficulty is just... it's way too cheesy, and I don't like that. I like to have it be somewhat realistic, so that is what I will always aim for. And if, I don't know, if the multiple videos a week thing gets enough traction and you guys are really loving it, I might try to aim for having a video every day. I did that when I first started, and it wasn't too difficult to keep up on. It was just, it was very time consuming, but I would just actually have to spend my weekends recording in advance instead of waiting till last minute like I was doing a while back before I took my hiatus. But that's just more of like I just need to tell myself to do it, so it's done, instead of being like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, you know. But there we go. Where is it? Hold it. There we go. 34 seconds left to go in the third period. Up by 2. They have pulled their goalie. And hopefully I do not give up 2 goals in 34 seconds. Hopefully I don't give up any more goals in 34 seconds. Yeah, the Hamilton Bulldogs have not gotten a win. So they're looking to just get a win. Oh, where is that? Where is that? Cover. We'll pass that out. He's open. Got absolutely rocked there, though, after I passed it to him. Oh, he's slow to get up in front of me. That's okay. One less player for them. And wide of the net, but I think that will do it. And there we go. So we are undefeated so far in NHL 23, but we definitely did not deserve to win game 1. Thankfully, our teammates managed to have good defense in game 1, but I think I played pretty good in game 2, and I think I played somewhat decent in this one. We might bump it up to 5 minutes, though, just because that one did feel like it kind of flew by, but I don't know. We'll find a good middle ground. Yeah, we'll find a good middle ground. There was nothing I could do for that goal, though. Just nothing. So, but yeah, on to the next game. Well, actually, we'll see who the 3 stars are. Reed Schaefer got 2 assists, got the overtime winner in game 2 of the round robin. Gets 2 assists in this one. Second star of the game is Lucas. Not going to pronounce that. He got a goal and a hit. Yeah, that was the one where he was slow to get. First star, Everett Scott with a goal, 26 saves and a 96 save percentage. You love to see it. All right, on to the next game.
As we continue the conversation with Ray Ferraro, the draft conversation is always an endless one over the course of a season. You like what you're seeing from the kid between the pipes?
I do. You're right in that the draft discussion is all season long, and it's got to be hard for the players to put it out of their minds.
All right, so I don't mean to talk over Ray Ferraro and James Cebulski. It's James Cebulski, not Ray Cebulski. And apparently I am anticipated to go first overall. All right, I was not expecting that. I mean, I have been pretty good. I just had that terrible first game. But we also have to go through the draft interviews, so I guess it just depends on who drafts us. I think Montreal got the first pick this year. So, I mean, I really wouldn't mind playing for Montreal, but I mean, I also don't really want to. But we are taking on this team again. We're going to skip over Ray Cebulski. James Cebulski, not Ray Cebulski. Jeez. This was the team that we played in game 1. I do not know who they are. I guess we can look here. Stat Central. The St. John Sea Dogs, I believe is who that is. Yeah, that's it. The St. John Sea Dogs. That's who we're taking on. I still don't know how to pronounce that part. The Cataracts. I said cataracts, but I don't think that's right. If it is, okay. Shawnigan. So I would just call them that. Yeah, so I believe this is, the Memorial Cup final. Was it St. John Sea Dogs? I already forgot. My memory is terrible. I know you guys don't care, but St. John Sea Dogs, yes. The St. John Sea Dogs and the Seattle Thunderbirds in the Memorial Cup final. They were 3-1. We are 3-0. Yeah, let's get into it. So let's do sim game. And first period, nothing. Second period, up 2-0. All right, let's jump in. All right, Memorial Cup final time. Simulation was good to us. We're up 2-0. Now I just got to play well. I've played decent in the past 2 games. Let's see if I can keep it going. Nice defense so far from the St. John Sea Dogs. As they go offside there. I'm loving this game so far. I haven't seen any of like the new presentation stuff. I highly doubt they do any of that for the CHL stuff. That's why I also didn't really mind simming. Nice save there. That was mostly just luck, though. Nice interception there. But yeah, that's why I didn't really mind doing third periods only for this. And like I said, just so that way we could get through it quicker, so we could get to the NHL. And I don't think you guys really mind. It's NHL 23, not CHL 23. But yeah, I mean, obviously the first like regular season NHL game that we play, we are going to be doing a full game, just so we can see the the new intros and stuff like that. See what all the jargon is about from the developers. They apparently revamped the presentation stuff, so we'll be the judge of that. Nice. I didn't know if he was going to shoot it on my right or left side, but I anticipated the right side, and thankfully it paid off. It feels kind of evenly matched, though, so far in the third period. I mean, it kind of feels like they're playing better than us so far. I feel like they've spent more time in our end of the ice than we have in theirs. Little scrum for the puck there. I think the last time I played in the Memorial Cup tournament was NHL 20. The first year I did this YouTube stuff. Because I think I might have done it in NHL 21, actually. Yeah, I think I did it in NHL 21. So I think the first 2 years I did NHL Be a Pro content, I think I did the Memorial Cup stuff. I might have played in Europe in NHL 21. Because I think that was the first year that you could do that. Nice save there by the Tendy. Oh, we're going to go on to the penalty kill. All right. 2 minutes for slashing. A lot of slashing penalties. But yeah, I think NHL 21 was the first year that you could play in Europe. So I think I might have done that. So maybe the last time we played in the CHL was NHL 20. But yeah, like I said, if I get drafted to Montreal and it seems like everybody else on YouTube is playing for Montreal, I might just restart and pick a different team, or like pick my own team, just so that way there's a little bit of variety. Just because it's not okay. Apparently I didn't have my glove side covered that well. But yeah, it's just not fun seeing everybody play on the same team. So it's just like I'm gonna do something different if everybody on YouTube's playing for Montreal. If that even is who has the first overall pick. I believe it is, because I think they were supposed to pick Shane Wright and they did not pick him. I remember the Montreal Canadiens took somebody who wasn't the main guy, and everybody was like, whoa, that's weird. I know this year Connor Bedard is the main guy, and there's a lot of talk that Chicago might be getting him, but I don't know. A lot of Chicago fans are saying that we just need to tank for Connor Bedard, but it's like, I don't know why you do that. Because just because he is supposedly a really good player, that doesn't necessarily mean jack. Like, a lot of players in NHL history have said, oh, they're going to be the next Wayne Gretzky, and then 5 years later they're not in the NHL anymore. It's just like, don't put your entire season on the line for the chance to get one player, you know? It's like, don't do that. I don't know. I don't really understand a lot about how, like, what good trade acquisitions and player signings and tanking for certain players and all that stuff is. Uh-oh, there's a fight. We got to fight. Our first NHL 23 fight. Well, there goes a helmet. Our captain. Come on. 3-3-3. We're in the third period, and we're stopped at 3 minutes, 33 seconds. That's got to be like a sign or something, don't you think? That's got to be on. Our captain loses. Not good. Well, that'll definitely give them a little bit of a momentum boost, especially being down by 1. But hopefully our defense can come up strong here, and we can hold on to our lead here. Kuznetsov. But yeah, it's just like, why would you want to tank your entire season in the hopes that you get one specific player? It's like, if Chicago really wants Connor Bedard, just try and have a successful season. And then if you fail and you get the first overall pick, then you take him. And if you really want him that bad, trade one of your key players who is like let's say Patrick Kane stays with Chicago the full year. It's being heavily rumored that if Chicago isn't doing well by the midpoint of the season, he's going to be requesting a trade, which I honestly wouldn't blame him. But it's like, if he does stick around for the entire season, if he is open to a trade during the draft, trade him for the first overall pick. Any team would probably be like, all right, I'll take Patrick Kane. He's still fantastic, still one of the best players in the game today. Has great stick handling skills, you know? Like, a lot of teams would be like, yeah, I'll take that. First overall pick for Patrick Kane. But, I mean, on the same side of things, it'd be like, well, why would I want to take Patrick Kane when... Oh, there we go. Wasn't even paying attention. I didn't know they pulled their goalie. But that should do it. We should be the Memorial Cup champions. Connor Roulette. But yeah, on the same side of things, teams would be like, well, why would we want to trade our first overall pick to take a young potential face of the NHL for somebody who might be gone in the next couple of years, you know? Because let's face it, Patrick Kane isn't going to be playing for too much longer. I highly doubt it. He's like, what, in his mid to late 30s now? He's got a young family. So I highly doubt Patrick Kane's going to be staying around in the league for too much longer. I say maybe a good 5-6 years left in him, and then he'll be gone. Maybe a little bit more, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not NHL savvy when it comes to that stuff. Just wide of the net there, but it does not matter. The Seattle Thunderbirds are the Memorial Cup champions, and we go undefeated in the Memorial Cup tournament. I wonder if this celebration lets you pick. Like, that's the thing too. Are you, as the goalie, are you going to get to decide who gets the cup next? Or is it only if you're a skater, or like you're only the captain? Because if that's the case, that's going to be very disappointing. If that's even in Be a Pro. Like, I could see that being like a franchise only thing. But like, you'd think it'd be in Be a Pro. Like, if it's not in the Memorial, if it's not in the Memorial Cup tournament, like celebration, I keep going into like a weird Southern accent. If it's not in the Memorial Cup celebration, I'd totally understand that. But like, it has to be in Be a Pro also, you'd think. Like, how hard would it be for them to just be like, all right, pop this into Be a Pro? Like, I highly doubt it'd be that difficult. There we go. I don't remember this guy's first name, but his last name is Bauer. Hoisting the Memorial Cup. Remember a few years ago, I think it was like NHL 16, where like there was like a gap in between their hands with the Memorial Cup? Like they were just like levitating it. That was always hilarious. The good thing about being a goalie, though, is you're guaranteed to always get the cup. So that's always a good thing. There we go. Give me the cup. I sucked in game 1, but I think I played somewhat decent in games 2, 3, 4, and I think that was it. There we go. This is still kind of the same, unfortunate. Literally the exact same, but there we go. I'm front and center. Front and center, baby. Now on to the bigger picture. All right, let's see what the 3 stars of the game. Jordan Gustafson with a goal and a hit is the 3rd star of the game. I wish you could fast forward to that. 2nd star, Everett Scott with a goal, 21 saves and a 96 save percentage. You love to see it. And who is the 1st star? Connor Roulette with 2 goals. He got the empty netter, so that's probably why. But I'm going to get, well, I don't know. I'm going to pick out a thumbnail, but I also might use something different. But I'm going to get that quick, and we'll move on to the NHL draft. All right, so we got a conversation with a reporter. Probably the first of many of these reporter conversations. This is it, Everett. You're the champions. That was an amazing performance on what must be an amazing night for you. How are you feeling after lifting the Memorial Cup? It's an incredible feeling for sure. The cup's heavier than it looks, but that just makes it more rewarding to lift it. Everyone's talking about your incredible performance on the ice tonight. How are you feeling about being called tonight's MVP? Well, I can't do diplomatic. That gives you a lot of freaking boosts there. Well, I don't think this really matters because I'm leaving this team, but I might have had a good game, but I didn't do it alone. It was a team effort, so really every player on my team is the most valuable in my eyes. You're already champions, and now you're all MVPs too. You've earned it for sure. What will you win next? I'm sure we'll find something before the night's out. See you later. All right, so we boost our teammate likability a little bit. I believe that carries over to the NHL as well. I would be surprised if it didn't. Oh, I gotta turn this off. I hate this stuff. Actually, I'll leave it on for a while, just because it is nice to see what you progress on early on. We're just gonna sim each day at a time. I don't care, James. All right, we got a conversation with our agent. See if we're still selected first or projected to go first. Don't know why we're still in our goalie gear. Everett, just the star I wanted to see. I've got one last update on your draft rank before the big day. How are you feeling? Feeling pretty good? Your smile tells me you got some good news for me. You're first. Everyone's talking about you. We love to hear it. Thanks for the update. Not too bad. I honestly am shocked that we're projected to go first. We'll sim a couple days. Excuse me. A couple more days here. I'm not worried about doing any of the training stuff right now. I know that's a Sunday thing. I don't want to miss out on stuff, so I'm going a couple days at a time. But I don't think anything will... Okay, so I assume I'll get interviewed by Montreal, New Jersey, and Arizona, or at least Montreal, New Jersey. I wouldn't mind getting interviewed by Chicago, but we played for them last year. It would be nice if you could get like you could select. It'd be nice if you could be like, all right. It would let you pick 3 teams out of the top 15 or top 16 teams in the draft lottery, where it's like, what 3 teams do you want to get interviewed by? And you could pick like, first, 6th, and 16th or something like that, you know? But I get that's kind of unrealistic, so they obviously wouldn't let you do that. But I am assuming we'll get interviewed by Montreal, New Jersey, and Arizona. I wouldn't mind going to Seattle or Philly. But Philly already has Carter Hart. Seattle, I don't remember who their goalie is. I think it's Grubauer. I really don't want to go to Arizona. Terrible team. I wouldn't mind New Jersey, I guess. But Montreal might be on the up and up, but I don't know. We'll just have to see, I guess. We'll just have to see. So we'll go back here. Simulate to next event. New conversation with the Montreal Canadiens.
From what I was told, the Montreal Canadiens had an interview with the youngster.
All right.
And yeah,
Ever, I am GM Rod Setaguchi. I'm going to ask you a few questions to get to know you better. Ready to begin? Let's do it. Your teammates invite you out, but you may not make curfew if you go. Do you go with them?
With much more of their thoughts on this, we're going to head down.
Do that. Great to see you take your preparation seriously. How do you spend your free time before games? I watch highlights of previous games to see what I did right. That's kind of cocky. I try to relax. I don't want to waste energy waste any energy before a game. I'm going to go with this one. I eat right and get some rest, but I don't sit around. That's interesting. If I talk to your previous coaches, would they recommend we draft you? I sure hope so. I've always tried to do whatever I could to help my team win. I'll do this one. We'll ask them. I think they'll have good things to say. Thanks for your time. So we got a score of 87. Okay. We got a score of 87. Like I said, if I get selected by Montreal and everybody gets selected by Montreal, we will be picking a different team.
And from what I was told over the weekend, the
All
New
right.
Jersey Devils had a fairly lengthy interview with the kid. And
All right, Everett, I am GM Patricia Mara. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Let's do it. When you are on the ice, what's the best feeling for you as a player? Nothing beats knowing I can be the best player on the ice.
This is an interesting one. The Devils
I like that
could
answer.
possibly come into play with this one here.
Did you keep in touch with your parents while you were away?
A lot of rumors floating around as well.
All the time. Biggest supporters. Seven. I feel like those answers were a lot better. Like, what kind of response to when you are on the ice, what's the best feeling for you as a player? And then saying, knowing I left it all out there on the ice and tried my best. That's like a freaking like brutally honest answer. And she's just like, that's interesting. Did you keep in touch with your parents? And then I'm like, all the time, they're my biggest supporters. And then she says, that's an interesting way of putting it. Like, what? Saying my parents are my biggest supporters, and you're like, this guy's a wackadoo. He has his parents support him? Well, we will be going to the Montreal Canadiens, because I assume we're not going to get interviewed by a third team. It'd be nice, but I doubt it. Yeah.
Hey, you know, as we get closer and closer to the draft, one of the things that always comes up is what
I'd prefer to go to the
right?
the Devils.
I think in today's day and age,
But
trying to figure out what a goaltender
and now you're projected to be picked first. I'm really excited. Can't wait for the draft to be started.
This kid is
Smile for the cameras.
in my mind, and not just that, he is a top round selection. This kid I would take high. I think he's got all the
All right.
intangibles to become.
Let us shush, James Cebulski. Why do you always got to jabber? Let's start the draft. NHL draft. Entry draft. Montreal. There we go. First overall to Montreal. We don't actually look too bad in the Habs jersey, if I got to say so myself. I don't hate the Montreal Canadiens. I really don't. I don't think they're going to be a good team. But I don't, is he moving in the picture, or is that just... I swear he's moving slightly in that picture. I swear he's moving ever so slowly. That's freaking me out. That's freaking me out. Oh, man. Okay. We'll sim a little bit just to see if there's like any conversations. But I think we'll wrap it up after that.
Continuing our conversation with Ray Ferraro.
Oh, there we go.
Show, and man, that's got to be a nice moment for the kid getting drafted and hearing his name called.
It's better than that, James. It's the realization, really, of a lifelong dream. I mean, since he's a little kid.
Nice little picture. I wish that thing at the bottom wasn't there. That'd be nice. Okay, so we got our little pictures. Yeah, the Montreal Canadiens finished 22, 49, and 11. And we're popping in, looking at our new locker room, potentially. Like I said, if everybody else is going to Montreal, I'm not going to play for Montreal because that's boring. There needs to be variety. So don't get your hopes up. I apologize if you're a Montreal fan. I don't mind Montreal.
I'm assuming, you know, Is he thinking the nameplate might be
An
up
old
there?
YouTuber I used to watch, Iceman Games, his team was the Montreal Canadiens, so I always liked them because of him.
But what I remember, James, is the excitement, the nervousness, how scared you were, and then you're like,
But it
I'm
is
in an
not
NHL
definite.
room.
It's not
I
set in
can't
stone that we're
believe
playing
this.
for Montreal.
It is the very best of
We can
feelings
always just
you can
say
have
that
when
this
you
was just a
step on
fever
the ice for the
dream.
first time.
All right, got our first interview after being picked by Le Canadiens Montreal. Everett, you were the first overall pick. How do you feel right now?
What the respective expectations are. You know, I know that a lot of fans are wondering, can he make that jump
Like,
next?
obviously you
Can he
want to
make that
boost your
jump
brand
mid-class
likability,
player
but
in
it's
National
just
Hockey?
such
I think
freaking
management took him for a
douchey
reason.
answers.
There might
Whatever
be
I
that
get, I'm sure it's what I
opportunity. I think he's gonna
deserve.
get that shot. He's gonna get every
We'll go
opportunity
with
to
the
try to
team.
make the team this coming year.
Now we are looking
It's
forward to seeing you in
ultimately on the
action. Do you
players
expect to have a
ultimately
decent
deliver
ice?
on
Do you
that,
expect to
right?
have a
So we'll
decent
wait and
ice
see
time
how
in the
things play out,
preseason?
but it certainly sounds like both sides feel very good.
I'm gonna go with
about this
that one,
fit based on
honestly. Like,
everything that I've
management
been
is
told.
good because
All
I
right,
believe the
Tucker,
higher your
we're coming
management
back
is,
with
the
much
more likely you are to start more frequently. Obviously, that
Well,
also
your latest addition for your
with
trivia question. Who
your
was taken first
your
overall
attributes
this
and stuff.
particular
But
year? And there you have it.
we'll
The
do the
answer is
teammate
Reed,
one
and
because
I tell you
honestly, I
what,
feel like if the
no
team doesn't
argument
flow
on
together,
this
then it's just
side.
not gonna
I
work.
think this was the clear-cut choice. This kid checks all the
In
boxes.
real life, if the team
And
doesn't
look,
gel,
the term
then
generation
it's not going to be a
talent gets
good
thrown
team.
around way too loosely these days, but I like
So
what I see in this kid.
that would be the
He's got a
honest answer
chance
I
to
would
be
give.
real.
Oh, we got another conversation with our GM. Yeah, sit down, have a seat. We met a few weeks ago before the draft. I'm Frederick Girardi, GM of Montreal, in case you forgot. On behalf of the entire organization, I want to formally welcome you to the team. Thank you, sir. We've been watching your performance through the tournament, but I wanted to ask you personally, how would you describe yourself as a player? I'm a team player at heart. I love working together with my teammates. I'm a flexible player. I can adapt depending on the situation. I want to be the next hockey superstar at all costs. Well, I feel like obviously saying that you're a team player at heart really is good, but I also don't mind saying that I'm a flexible player, that I can adapt. So I'm going to go with that one. Interesting, you and I will get along just fine then. We spoke with your agent and he's setting up your entry-level contract. It should be ready soon. I have a meeting to attend to now. All right. So it's just going to be the standard basic 3-year entry-level deal. Nothing too exhilarating about that. Nothing too exhilarating at all. Just the standard fare. I thought that said Better Call Saul at the bottom. I was like, all right, you do you. Okay. Yes. I will not be doing those Sunday trainings until we get actually started. I think I got to simulate up to here. Here? Okay, there we go.
Well, he signed, sealed, and delivered. Yes, the
All right.
entry-level contract, better known technically as the ELC. Yeah, you know me.
Congratulations, Everett. Now you just have to sign your entry-level contract and you're all set. Let's do it. $850,000 for 3 years. Do it. Standard entry-level deal.
All right, enjoy it. The honeymoon's
Nice.
over because it's time
So I
to
assume
shine.
Carey Price is still on the team.
Still to come here on the
I'm
show.
really hoping the rosters aren't all jacked. That's going to be very upsetting. But who knows? Are we good to go? All right. But yeah, we are going to end it there, guys. I was going to record our first preseason games after this, but I think I will sit and wait and see what the NHL YouTubers, what teams they go to. And yeah, in episode 3, we might be on a different team. And if that's the case, just forget that we got drafted by Montreal and say we got drafted. Well, if I say I get drafted after we go to the Devils, and if other people are picking the Devils, then I'd have to pick Arizona. I don't really want to go to Arizona. So I think the next team would be Seattle. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I know you guys will tune in. We might just stick with Montreal too. I don't know. It just depends on what the NHL YouTube landscape looks like tomorrow, because I feel like other YouTubers who uploaded their first episodes today will upload their NHL draft episodes tomorrow. That's usually how it works. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you are excited to continue on with this series. I know I am. I'm ready to see the new presentation overhauls and get into all of that, since that was like their major focus for this year's game. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe if you feel ever so kind, and if you feel like joining my little family. Also hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Really helps me out a ton when all of you guys do that. And also make sure to share this video if you feel ever so kind. Get my channel out there. Help me break through the YouTube algorithm even more. Next little milestone is 250. We're at 204 right now, so I think we can do it. I'm kind of rambling because it is late, so I do apologize. But yeah, that'll wrap it up for this one. So like, subscribe, comment, share, do all those things. Helps me out a ton. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, until next time, take care.